Hello, I'm Nathan Smith, and this is my final project for social media analytics. I'm looking at a hypothetical scenario where a developer advocate wants to increase effectiveness of their tech outreach for their company. A developer advocate is someone who works as an evangelist for their employer. They serve an informal PR role to bridge the gap between external software engineers and internal business objectives. Often they simply post on their own personal accounts, but speak in an official capacity on behalf of their company's interests. Some of them like using an avocado emoji in their name field on LinkedIn. Try searching for one. For the purpose of this exercise, I looked at a 2-year span of data from April 2023 to 2025. I made a Node JavaScript project to consolidate Excel files and clean up the source data. That created a unified spreadsheet that I was able to tinker with in RStudio. From there, I identified my primary audience by impressions and engagement. This is a screenshot of my Node script. It ingests multiple Excel files, normalizes their headers and data, and outputs the results as a logically formatted spreadsheet. I found it interesting that the top demographics of those who comment are not necessarily the same people who click like on a post. Software engineers and company founders are at the top of both lists, but there are also outliers. For example, I have friends who are church pastors that tend to react favorably to my content, but maybe are not familiar with the tech jargon, so they skip leaving a comment. This map shows pins for the top 15 locations by engagement. Most of them are within the United States, but there are also regularly engaged users as far away as New Zealand, Germany, Italy, and India. It is fascinating that there are gaps in how well LinkedIn content performs. For whatever reason, my content resonates best with those at organizations of 10,000 or more employees. The top 2 spots might be due to where I've worked. My career has oscillated between large companies and those with smaller headcount. Surprisingly, the highest engagement rates were not for posts with the largest number of impressions. I thought popular content would garner the most comments and reactions. Looking at my top 5 posts by impressions, it struck me how there was zero overlap between those in the top 5 by engagement. This indicates an opportunity to bring engagement and impressions more into alignment with content that appeals on both a personal and tech professional level. These are screenshots of my top 2 LinkedIn posts. The personal post on the left had the most engagement. The tech post on the right had the highest number of impressions. For the personal post, this was a photo of myself and other interaction design students at UNT graduation. For the tech post, I was sharing my thoughts on using AI to write code. It contains a Reddit screenshot where a user had lost 4 months of work. Assuming the target audience is enterprise companies, I am already doing well with that segment. This was unintentional, but at least now I know how it works. By combining a mix of personal and professional into single posts going forward, that would reach the broadest possible audience as a developer advocate. I have also noticed that LinkedIn rewards threads after a post by continuing to reply and react to comments. I would encourage any would-be dev evangelists not to neglect that part of community engagement. Here is a list of several links with further reading on the topic of being a developer advocate. Also, there are a few tutorials on programming with Sheet.js, the Node package that I use to parse my Excel files. I think that covers it, so I'll cap the video here. Thanks!